everyone. I have another round of stories that I am going to put together. Once again, I got another new kit to try. I just couldn't resist. It is Chris from Humble and Create. She made this adorable collection and the name is escaping me now, so I'm gonna need to I'll look it up and I'll put it in the description. But it has lots of cute little pumpkins in it and lots of fun pattern paper in it. And so I am gonna make I have this fold out that I am going to cover up with some of the pattern paper. And then I am also gonna do a story about baking with my son. I hope you are continuing to enjoy these videos. We are nearing the finish line of this project and then we'll move on to gratitude. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Starting with the journaling card, I'm just going to put it in the middle and I will journal later. Since I knew that the flap that I created, the page that I created was a little messy, I wanted to add some paper from the Humble and Create collection. So I added those, and then you saw me get out my circle punch, and I also have a 1.5 scallop and then a 1-inch circle punch. And I am just using the various pattern papers and solids from the Humble and Create collection to create the clusters of circles. I'm going to create 2 on the inside, and then on the inside flap, I'm going to create 1 large one. And then when I fold the flap over, you'll see the photos of my son and my daughter, and I'll make 1 more circle cluster. So I think it's 4 total that I am making, and I just am going to pop dot some pumpkins to add on top and also some popcorn, and just try to tie it all together with the different word phrases and pumpkins. So I am just going to continue to build my various clusters, making sure that I have an even distribution, for lack of a better word, for my different pattern papers. I also printed out some labels so I could just jot a little note on the label. And then this bottom right cluster, I had a heck of a time trying to figure out how I wanted my papers to sit and how I wanted my pumpkin to sit, but eventually I figured it out. And I also cut apart Party in the House. That way I could put another cluster on the right hand side of that little label. And these are the photos that I was talking about and that I'm going to add in another cluster. And I printed some of the papers on my usual matte paper, and some of them I printed on the thinner kind of printer paper that I have, the Ultimate paper that I have mentioned before. So I'm just finishing that up, and then I will be able to move on to the next story. The next story is the back, and it is the day that I got to hang out with my son. Just the way that the scheduling worked out, it was just my son and I. And so we got to go to the store and we decided to bake some treats. I didn't have a plan for this page, which is why you saw me kind of look through that box of die cuts, and I was pulling out various pieces to see what I could use. I found that scrap of black polka dot paper. I added some fringe to it, and I kind of like it because it adds some extra dimension to it. And I also added in toxic juices, which I thought was perfect for a baking page. And then I am going to pull out some Tim Holtz stickers. I used those before and I wanted to try to incorporate them again into my page. I also added in some wood sequins that Veronica had given me, and I just sprinkled those in the 3 different corners, and I'm just going to call this page done. I kind of liked figuring out this page. It was kind of like a puzzle because most of the pages I've done so far, I have a digital blueprint, I guess, for lack of a better word, and that one I did not. This one is just our cookie bars and how they turned out. I added it, flipped it over, and I added this photo of the Charlie Brown special. Moving on to my daughter at the pumpkin patch with several of her friends, and I am once again going to use the SahinDesigns collection. This started as a pocket page spread, and I hole punched for the flip pocket, but in the end I am going to wind up putting this on a larger canvas. I also went back and added some word strips to both the cookie bar and the Charlie Brown, and then also I printed a few to use on the pumpkin patch spread. I was just having a lot of trouble putting together the pumpkin patch spread, so I went back and digitally found a way to enhance my pages and enhance them by adding in the word strips. Okay, so this round of stories is done. Had a lot of fun building this one and the flip out, and then you flip it, and I have the day that I was hanging out with my son, and we made some fun cookie bars. It's like 4 ingredients, and it was really good. And then same thing here, just added some sentiments. Turned out pretty cute, but I may put it on a large canvas. So for right now, that is the end of this process video and these stories, and I hope you enjoyed these stories coming to life. I would love a thumbs up or a subscribe if you're new to my channel and want to keep seeing my videos. All right, thanks so much. Have a great day.